What is going on, guys? Today we've got a really interesting card game here for you today. This is Pharisees, the party game. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a little bit of a disclaimer. This is a game designed for Christian church, youth group, Christian people, those who are, they believe in God and they believe in Christ and things of that nature, Messianic Jews. That is sort of the demographic for this. So if you are not, if you don't believe in those things, this is going to be a very hard pass for you. This is essentially a very interesting form of mafia. If you want to check this game out, definitely stick along for the video. I'd love for you to check this card game out. But like I said, this makes not necessarily more sense, but the interesting factor about this game is definitely for youth groups and youth ministers. I myself am actually a youth minister myself, so I use this game quite a bit. It is by Kenny and Ellie Campbell. So these guys have done an excellent job with this game. Ages 11 and up, 5 to 48 players. If you need a card game that's massive, this is it for you. So we're going to take a look at the back here. Pharisees, the party card game. You get to see Pharisees, Disciple, and Leper. What is going on here? As you can see, you get a set of 54 cards featuring 34 unique roles and a bunch of details on things. And so, let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. Really cool packaging, by the way. I really like this kind of bag thing. So in the bag, you will get the Pharisees card game booklet. It also says for a printable version of these rules and more, check out phariseesgame.com, plug in for them. And then you get the actual deck of cards. So this is where things get really cool. As you can see, you've got what is essentially the Pharisee and Disciple, I believe. We'll have to double check on that once we get it open. So it's in a really nice, clean, smooth box. A little bit worn because I have been playing this game with youth groups in the past. So we will open it. Go ahead, crack this bad boy open. And then boom, Pharisees. As you can see, about normal size playing cards. And we will flip them over. And now, one of the first cards you'll notice is the God card. You are the omniscient narrator and moderator of this game. Your word is infallible, which means this is sort of your leader of the game. They will have this card. Now you have Pharisees. Pharisees are the robbers, the bad guys, and a game of mafia, essentially. They're the mafia, right? They're the mafia. These point systems only matter for a specific style of game, but I only play this game in mafia fashion. So you've got all of the Pharisee cards, right? And then you've got all of your disciple cards, which once again have numbers on it. Disciples are your civilians, something similar to that nature. And then you've got all of your specially designed cards. And I know you're not seeing any names right now. So if you know your Bible and you know Bible characters, these are going to be kind of cool for you. So you got Daniel. Every night, choose a player. Their narrator will reveal to you if that player is a Pharisee or disciple. This is kind of I think the sheriff or something similar. Solomon. I love Solomon. Song of Solomon's, the Book of Psalms, or whatever. Choose two players to fall in love. If one is stoned or excommunicated, the other will die of a broken heart. Dang. Then you've got Moses. 1 night per game, call down a plague that prevents the Pharisees from stoning you. Guardian Angel, Eve, Esther, Elisha, all of them. Jesus, if the Pharisees stone you, return from the game 3 rounds later. That's just a really interesting King David, Judas, Joshua, Joseph, the magician, leper, Lazarus, King Saul. There's just a lot of really cool and unique players, all of them working in their own way. Sheep, a wolf, and then you have some blank cards. Create your own if you feel the luckiest. So the basic game, however, is essentially this. So let's say you have 5 disciples, and your goal is to find the one Pharisee, just like in Mafia. So, God will tell everyone to go to sleep, and then they will have their cards on hand. You set in a big old circle, and you essentially play Mafia with these cards. Essentially, the cards are more of a guide to let you know, oh yeah, I'm a disciple. And then in the middle of the night, they call upon the Pharisee to stone one player. Player gets stoned. God tells everyone to wake up. He spits the narrative about how that person was stoned. And then the disciples will have to choose who to excommunicate, which then it plays just like Mafia. If you haven't played Mafia, this is going to be hard to explain in a sense of how this game is played. But if you've played Mafia, I think you know exactly what I'm talking about in terms of how this game is played. Now, specialty cards like Lazarus and all of them. Let me get back to sort of the beginning here with Moses, Solomon, and Daniel. These are used in the middle of the night. So you ask Daniel in the middle of the night, who do you want to know who is who? Solomon, who do you choose? And then they're kind of done for the rest of the game. And then Moses, do you want to use your one special ability for tonight? And that is how the game of Pharisees is played. I think, once again, if you are in a youth group, if you have a youth group, if you if you're in college, Christian college or Christian university of what have you, and you are trying to find a kind of fun alternative, not necessarily saying Mafia is a bad game, but if you want it quote unquote Christianized, this is a really fun alternative, and it also has very cool special cards. And I think that's what's the real selling point for this game, for even for those who might not be Christians. This game has specialty design roles that the normal game of Mafia I just don't think has and can beat. Now, I mean, you could create your own roles and you could do something similar, but I don't know, this is a fun game. I will say, like I said, if you aren't a Christian, if you don't believe in God and things like that, this game may not be for you. But if you are not and you're still interested, comment down below if you are. I'm really intrigued to see who would be really interested in this game. I really enjoy this game. I enjoy it a lot. I use this game quite often. Like I said, it's for 5 to 48 players. It is nearly impossible to never find a group of people who you can play this with if you're at some sort of party or something similar like that. So, once again, I recommend this game. I don't recommend it to everybody because there's just some things that if you're just not familiar with the Bible, if you're not familiar with the Christian beliefs and things like that, this can be a little bit not jarring, but it can just be a little odd. And I think that's what it boils down to. As always, let me know down below in the comments. Do you enjoy the game of Mafia? What is one of your most fondest memories of something like Mafia? And also, this also might remind you of something similar to like Among Us, because to me, Among Us is essentially a new video game that is essentially like Mafia, in my opinion. IMO. So let me know down below what you think of this game. In Among Us, do you prefer to be the imposter, or do you prefer to be just a regular crewmate? And let me know down below what other card games or playing cards you are wanting to see next. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.